Alright, I'm back. I was thinking real deep there, guys. I was thinking real deep. Like, this stand, diver down, or, as they call it in the anime, diver drive. Which, I don't know why. It just makes it sound fucking cooler. Like, that's just me. Anyone else can have a different opinion of what Anasui's stand, or, his name is actually changed for the States, like, yes, originally his name was Anastasia, but they changed it to something else when, in Eyes of Heaven, his name was Natasha, which they basically just took rid of the A and just, yeah, Natasha. They just got rid of the front A from Anasui. Yes, or Anastasia. Narciso Anastasia, that's his full name, but it's actually Anasui. I know it's fucking confusing. It's really confusing. But his name is Anasui. Or I believe that's what he nicknames himself as, but... yeah, so you can see for Anasui or Anastasia stand that their ability is to have their stand either hold kinetic force. Like, for instance, he can hold a punch, and he can decide when to release said punch. Or, he can go into, like, any object, whether it be a human being, a frog, or even, like, a car, and disassemble and reassemble them to, anything that he can think of. Yeah. Scary, ain't it? And during the Yo-Yo Ma fight, the only way they could fucking defeat that stand was with Anasui's fucking stand ability. Because there was no way you could hit that fucker. That dude had an endurance like a fucking tank. He was an endless fucking thing, so they couldn't find the baby. So what they had to do was... and again, I'm sorry, spoilers, but at this point the anime's out, so you guys have already seen that moment at this point. Most people have. Go watch JoJo's if you haven't seen this, but at this point you would have seen it. What they had to do was, and this is this is just JoJo. This is fucking weird. They did some of the most craziest shit, like, not like normal people would think about. Anasui used his fucking stand, went inside the enemy stand, Yo-Yo Ma, changed his brain into the thoughts of a fucking frog. Yeah. Yeah, this motherfucker may turn Yo-Yo Ma, the stand, this like helpless looking stand that was like actually malicious as fuck, who almost single-handedly killed two of the main casts without them even fucking realizing it, into a fucking frog, and that's how they were able to fucking win. And they just proceeded to put it out of commission, and then what they had to do was, then they had to go find the stand user, which they did defeat, so they were able to free the Green Baby. It's kind of weird explaining some of the plot points of Part 6. I mean, I don't necessarily hate it. I kind of like it a little bit more, but they did get rid of some details, which unfortunately fucking sucks. Which they got rid of the whole thing of Hermes meeting up with Emporio, and just fucking replacing it with like Jolene in the anime meeting Emporio. Which is fucking strange. And of course Jolene's fucking theme almost plays throughout half the fucking thing. It would have been cool to hear different music, but of course David Productions was fucking rushed, because during that time when they were making Part 6, they had another fucking project they're working on. I think it was like Urusei something. I can't fucking think of the dude's name. I'm sorry. But it was an older anime called Urusei something. I think it was Kensuke or something. Which is about this girl called and she goes after this guy. And it's about like a weird love triangle. David Pro did that. A remake on that. So they were working on that as well as JoJo and some other thing. I think it was like Fire Force Season 3. So they're kind of a little backed up on resources to make JoJo as quickly as possible. So what they did was, and this was fucking stupid, you can see it in the first batch of episodes that they rushed it, but like with the second and third, it looks like it had enough time on its hands to develop. And eventually, with like the Japanese release of some of the episodes, they were able to fix some of the technical issues. So nothing too bad there. And they probably added some of the better episodes into the Netflix at this point, which they should have. At least Part 6 getting at least time to be worked on towards. Because I get it. I understand what's happening. The reason why they're making some Japanese practices make things in parts, because for a long time in Japan, workers could not like have multiple fucking like vacations, and vacations was rarely a fucking thing celebrated in Japan for like workers in Japan. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to make animes in batches, even if like some of them are rushed. Unfortunately, that's just how it's going to be. Because they almost take like months and months and months to work on and prepare. So unfortunately, that's just how it be. So what they're doing is they're releasing a game, reaching the anime in batches, so these artists can have like at least a month off to like cool off, get like a few days off, because in Japan, that's rarely a fucking thing ever heard of. They recently started practicing this, I believe around like 2017 to now, where they started practicing with like giving some artists like vacations and stuff like that, and implementing that sort of shit. So I apologize for some people that are like generally pissed off about how some anime are just produced as of late. But what can you do? Would you rather sacrifice those people who are working on the anime, their lives and their vacations? Would you sacrifice their personal needs and wants and rest just so an anime that you would watch and critically acclaim in a fucking YouTube video to be perfectly good? Or would you rather deal with a finished project, but have them finish it later, maybe complain a bit on YouTube, but at least having them have, like, the time and energy they need, so if they were to come back, the other batches, they can do that with like, at full strength, so they're not, like, tired and worked out, like, they can go back into, like, finishing a second part of, like Stone Ocean and make it look good and fucking actually developed and actually sound and look good. That's just what I'm trying to say. I'm think of this in perspective. You guys can disagree with me. I mean, yeah, it's not right for them to release it in batches and not have JoJo Friday, which is sacred, but that's just how it be. Attack on Titan fans got used to like some of the seasons being put into batches, so why not JoJo? So the next batches I've seen from Netflix, and I don't know how Netflix still owns JoJo. I think what happens is by the time they reach to like the last part, which will be the climax of it, is when Disney will be able to have the rights. I mean, yes, it's on Hulu and Disney Plus, but it's still on Netflix. I guess Netflix does own at least some rights. They still have to finish up their deal until Part 6 is over, so Yeah, yes, he wants to marry Jolene. It's fucking weird. He was supposed to be a girl originally, but they changed him into a guy because there wasn't many guy leads in the cast of Part 6. So they just changed Anastasia from a girl to a guy. So, yeah. Interesting trivia about that. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next character playthrough of Let's Play JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R. Alright, see you guys later. Peace, stay crispy.